Hi, this is Tom Malloy. I've raised over $25 million for financing movies, produced at the time of this video 18 films, written 30 plus screenplays, options sold or made into movies 26 of those screenplays, and I've starred a bunch of movies. So I'm an encyclopedia on filmmaking. And this video has to do with books on filmmaking and the, I guess, intrinsic problem with books on filmmaking. And now, I'm not going to go across the board and say all books on filmmaking are bad. In fact, the opposite of that is that most of them are good. The key problem is that I found, let me back up and say, in 2008, I wrote a book called Bankroll. And in 2012, I was asked to do the second edition. So that's Bankroll second edition. And then I was asked to do the third edition of that book. And it was the gold standard book on film financing at the time, and I refused to do the third edition. And now, obviously, everything is on Filmmaking Stuff and Filmmaking Stuff HQ, which is the membership site. And the main reason being is that when you write a book, and I'm not talking about self-publishing a book, that's a different story where you could just write something. This was through the #1 film book publisher. When you do something like that, you have a certain amount of time. They pay you in advance to write the book. And you have a certain amount of time to finish it, say 6 months or so. Then it has to go to the editor. Then you get something called a bound galley, which is basically the book, and it may have the cover on it, but it's blank on the back and everything like that. And that goes out to get reviews and things like that. What I'm getting at is that whole process is like a year and a half. And the problem that I found was so much was changing in film financing in the indie film world that in a year and a half, whatever I said at the beginning of that when I started writing it would not apply and things would be different. So I didn't want to put out false information out there. And so it was just much easier to have everything online at Filmmaking Stuff and Filmmaking Stuff HQ. And we can update that all the time. So that's an advantage. But the other thing I'll say is that you have to always look at whoever is writing the book. If they're, they're talking about sound. I remember someone specifically doing a book on sound, and I happened to meet the author, and it turned out he had done sound for a 1980s TV show. That's going back 40 years, he did sound. I'm assuming, it's sarcasm, by the way. I'm assuming that sound is not the same back then. I'm sure there's concepts that are the same, but, when they're recording on a Nagra, on physical tape versus today and everything's digital, they're not going to understand that technology unless they've done something. So, again, the problem with the book might be if you're looking at something that needs relevant, up-to-date information, a book's probably not the best way to go unless it's something that's online and it's updated frequently. And also, too, if you're going to get a book on filmmaking, always check who the author is so that they're qualified to teach you whatever lesson that you're looking to learn. There are great film books out there, and hopefully you can find them. While you're here, I want to tell you a little bit about the Filmmaking Stuff HQ membership. This membership has every video course that you need, from film funding to film production to sales and distribution. It follows a path from video to get you from that idea in your head to raising the money to shooting it and then going out there and selling it and turning it all around and making another one. This is the membership that you've been looking for to get you to your dreams. If you're interested, all you have to do is click on the link below to check it out.